You might be asking, Kyle, why are you under the BRZ messing around with your exhaust? And the quick but sad answer is, she's going back to stock and she's going to be for sale. There is a longer answer though. You see, the older I get, the more I realize that there are times where you really have to face the music. And sometimes the music is beautiful. Sometimes the music is windows down, cruising with your homies at H2O or Wildwood. Sometimes the music is just kicking it at your friend's shop or someone's driveway, messing around with car parts, installing stuff. Sometimes the music is driving in the freezing cold to go pick up your new car that you're super excited about. Sometimes the music is beautiful. But sometimes the music is sadder. Sometimes the music is realizing that the car community that you fell into and fell in love with all those years ago is not the same car community of today. Sometimes the music is realizing that you're gonna have to make some tough adult decisions to get ahead in life. And sometimes the music is realizing that the car you bought to be a super fun project, super fun driver, is literally just sitting and rotting because most of your time on the road is spent in traffic. Sometimes the music is realizing that the potential the car has can no longer live up to the vision that you originally had for it. Not in any way that makes sense, really. Sometimes the music is realizing that you have to sell your car. Now, I'm definitely going to explain more in depth versus that, emotional analogy. But right now it's about to downpour and I really should get this exhaust out so I can put the stock one back in. Luckily and unluckily, I haven't done much to this car. We just have the exhaust and this fourth brake light thingy to undo, but it's very humid. There's thunder rolling around, so I'm going to try to get this done. Moral of the story is sometimes you have to face the music, even if the music sucks. Look at this absolute loaf of a muffler. This right here is going to prevent me from waking my neighbors up. I'm not going to have a nice juicy cold start anymore. It's a tame economy car sounding. I don't even want to think about it. It's sad. This is good. It's got to go back in. Okay, so I need you to hold this. I'm gonna slither under the car.
There's a mosquito on your leg. He wants your hands.
I don't know if I got him.
I don't know.
Okay. I'm gonna slither under here. Please pass me the muffler. You gotta come from this side because I don't have room. This is fine. This is OSHA approved. There's a muffler on my chest.
This is why you bench press.
Yep. You know me so well. Okay. Okay. Why is it so much easier to put exhaust hangers on versus taking them off? That seems a bit racist to me. So what I'm doing right now is I'm dying. That's what I'm doing, actually. But no, I have 4 exhaust hangers to put on, and then that'll be back to stock on the exhaust, and we are just a little bit sadder for the day. I like this new mic. I'm glad I bought it because I could do things like this and not have to yell.
You started your ASMR career.
And now, come on. Don't make me take back what I said about being easy to put in. Oh, why do bad things happen to beautiful people? There we go. Woo! Almost. Welcome to Heavy Breathing with Kyle. I don't even know where to put this mic. Can I? Oh! I forgot that there's metal under here.
Under a car?
Yeah, who would have thunk it? Welcome to Heavy Breathing with Kyle. We're putting an exhaust hanger through a rubber exhaust gasket thingy. I'm not a scientist. I don't know the terms. So over. Get in there. Come on. I feel it. Hold on. Whoa. Pause. I should have used WD-40. Oh, I did it. All right, that's 3 out of the 4. I'm just gonna lay here for a bit. Because that sucked. Okay. Might as well get the 4th hanger on there. Oh my god, I need a nap. Last exhaust hanger. I see ya. I'm coming. Ugh. I should have just thrown an LS in this. But no. Things cost money. College costs money. Student loans suck. If you ask me if I recommend going to college. No. Yep. We did it. Oh my god, I hate this so much. Listen, if I could keep the car, I would. And listen, though this is really sad, just know that I am not leaving the car world. I'll still be making videos and stuff, and I do already have a new car on order. There is no ETA on it yet because of the state of the world, but I did put a deposit down, and I do have to save more money. So the good thing is, even though there is this wait time that I'm facing, it'll let me save up a bunch of money so I can have a fat down payment, and I'll have that paid off faster. But I'll let you guys know right now that that car is twice the cost of this car. And I love this car, but I feel like to reach my vision in terms of horsepower and aesthetics, this car will not live up to it without costing way, way, way more money than it should. And now let's put this gasket in. Stock exhaust is back on, sadly. It's time to get this thing down. This is always the most nerve-wracking part. There we go, nice and slow. All right. There we go. Oh, this is gonna be so sad. This is gonna be a stock exhaust cold start. I don't want to do it. I'm gonna vomit, dude. Oh hell no! That is wrong. That is un-American. That is un-car guy. That is not okay. That is, oh my god, that's terrible. Let's hear some stock revs. I gotta do this like ASMR. Let's hear some stock revs. Okay, so we're officially back on the stock exhaust, and I'm sad. It looks terrible. After having those 5-inch tips, having the stock one is just very, ugh.
Tomorrow.
Okay, so welcome to day 2 of putting the BRZ back to stock. We still do have to continue our conversation about why I'm selling it. The only thing we have to do today, the last thing we have to do today, is this F1 brake light. This is the stock one. Oh. Yep. Then it's just 1 bolt and 2 bolts. Now, in terms of why I'm getting rid of the BRZ, it's not because I hate the car, it's not because I don't like the car. In fact, I love this car a lot. It's probably the most fun car I've ever owned. I've only owned 2, but you know, I got the minivan, we got like the family Kia. The WRX was a lot of fun, but this blows all those out of the water. Rear wheel drive, front engine, manual, so much fun. But as I mentioned, there's a couple factors that really made me consider selling. The first, and these are in no particular order, but just how they come to mind. The first is that the car scene today is not the same car scene that I stumbled upon 6 years ago, 7 years ago. Back then, the community felt more like a community, you know, when you met great people, and those great people still exist. But the problem is that these days, everyone is so hung up on popularity and clout that car meets don't really feel like car meets anymore. They just feel like popularity contests. Second, everyone and their mom is now throwing car shows, even though they aren't even really car shows, and the quality has just declined so severely. You used to be able to spend 30, 40 bucks, go to a car show, have a great time with your friends, you know, see new things. But with everyone doing car shows, and all of them, or a lot of them being local, you literally see the same 50 cars, you know, and you're paying money to see the same 50 cars, and then people get upset that they didn't win trophies, and then there's so much drama. I mean, some of these hosts straight up get lazy. They literally just rent out a parking lot and they hand out like $10 awards, and then people get upset about that, and then there's drama, and it's just toxic, man. The car community is hitting a very toxic phase. That, coupled with all these takeover kids, pretty much ensures that there's no safe space to have fun. What I mean by that is you can't just cruise anymore because cops are just on the lookout for any vehicle with modifications. And I get that they're just doing their job, but then there are times where it just feels like harassment because, yeah, I have an exhauster, yeah, I have tints, and because some kid in a clapped out G35 did donuts into a family, I now have to pay the price for just trying to exist with a modded vehicle. It's not a great environment. It makes you want to take your car out less. I used to be in the city almost every night driving my WRX up and down, going circles, getting food, getting pictures, talking with people, and now you can't even pull up anymore because the cops will swarm you, or they'll follow you and make sure that you don't stick around for long. They'll either get tickets or they'll tell you to leave. And that was one of the things that I really love to do. I really love to cruise Times Square. And that has not been, it's possible, but it's not what it used to be. And you can get into more trouble now because of people being reckless, because people don't know how to handle their cars, and people don't know how to handle internet. It's not even fame, it's like attention. So that's one of the reasons why I'm kind of taking a step back from the car scene. Like I said, I'll still hang out with my car friends, and I'll still shoot their cars, and I'll still, you know, make cool videos. But in terms of owning one, you know, and trying to, not even trying to, but getting entered into this popularity contest where there are no prizes and people will be upset at you because they think that you're trying to steal their popularity or they want to be more popular than you. It's just toxic. It's just toxic. So first off, so the second reason that I'm selling this car is because I can't really use it. I used to work in Staten Island when I had the WRX. I found a new job in Long Island. I still had the WRX, but then by that time I was well on my way to selling it. And when I got the BRZ, I assumed that this would be my perfect, fun commuter car, and then, you know, use it as like a toy on the weekends. The issue is, my commute got really bad. Like really bad. I'm talking an hour 45 minutes on a bad day to go 40 miles. And they were doing so much construction at the time, and they were tearing up the roads, that I was literally just catching rock chips left and right. Like, my glass was taking a beating. I understand that these cars are going to take a beating, but I wanted to take a beating on a track or on a back road or, you know, carving the twisties. I don't want my car taking a beating because some jerk in a BMW is swerving in between lanes and kicking up pebbles, you know? Which happened. One of my worst glass rock chips was because of that. This dude in an SUV was weaving in between traffic, came up on the shoulder a little bit, and then cut across hard. And I guess he kicked up a bunch of debris. And yeah, that chipped my glass, ruined my day. And I still had to sit in traffic after that, just seething and being like, this is not what this car is meant to do. Here's some clips of my commute. And pretty much because of that, you know, I felt bad because this is a nice car, it's a fun car, but I'm not using it to its potential. And even on the weekends, I would be so tired from work and traffic that I didn't want to really drive. Yeah, so reason number two, you know, beautiful car, and I just couldn't use it to its full potential just because of scheduling and work and the weather. It was still sitting in my driveway. I would still wash it, I'd still take care of it, still pay insurance on it, just for it to be a lawn ornament. And I don't know, that didn't sit right with me. There is a wire that I zip tied up in there, so I'm gonna have to get to that. Wow, I zip tied that up there. Why did I do that? Seriously, how did I? Oh, you know what? I did that when I had the exhaust out. Now I have this fat muffler in the way. So yeah, that's gonna be a new challenge because I don't want to undo my exhaust. Yeah. No, I love it, but I don't use it as much because traffic and, you know, and then I want something faster, so I'm going to save up a little bit and I'm going to get, All right, so update, I have 3 of the 4 wires I need to get out. The problem is when I did this F1 light, I did it with the catback exhaust on, which didn't have mufflers, which means I had a lot of room to work. The issue is now that there's a fat muffler and I can't get my like you can see, I don't know if you can. That's the furthest I could get in my hand, and I can't reach the zip ties that I secured the wires with. I got 3 of the 4, but this last black wire, I tied it for some reason around a bigger wire. So, yeah.
Eventually.
I got it. OEM rear fog light. Back in. There we go. And that is the BRZ fully back to stock. Like I said, I haven't done much. Exhaust light, there's some interior goodies in there, but I'm not really going to take those out. Maybe the phone mount I'll take because I like that one. I can give it to somebody with a BRZ or 86. But yeah, now we can talk about the fourth? The next reason why I'm selling the BRZ is because of potential, or lack thereof. I mentioned earlier that the potential of the car and my original vision for it no longer matched up. And let's get into that. Yes, let's get into that. Future Kyle here. That video that you just saw was actually filmed back in September. It is now January. By now, the BRZ is long gone, and a little bit of a teaser, tonight, when I'm filming this, is actually the night before I go check out, potentially, my new car. So reason number 3, the potential of the car no longer matches my original vision. Now, I don't know if you watched it if you're new to my channel, but I did make a review on the BRZ and whether or not you should buy one. And one of the cons I had for the car was its limitations in its potential, namely its power potential. I realized that if there was a car that I wanted to keep forever, that I wanted to dump all of my money into and make it my Halo car, similar to what I planned for the WRX, I wanted a platform that would give me a much better starting point. And the BRZ, looks-wise and chassis-wise, is great. It's a great platform. But in order to get it to, say, 350 horsepower, I would have to put in a lot of money and resources just to get it to a level where some cars are starting at. So after doing a lot of thinking, I realized that if there's a car that I want to keep forever, that I want to be known for, one, it had to be a car that was a long-time want, like a childhood dream car of mine. And two, that it had to be at a much better starting point than what the BRZ was offering. Like I said, I love the car, it's a great car, but I don't see the point in taking a $30,000 car and putting 10 to 15,000 into it just to be at 350 horsepower and then you blow your motor. The risk to reward ratio of that just didn't make sense to me. I don't want to start a race 100 meters back. I want to start a race at the same starting point as other chassis, as other power plants. So yes, I had a vision for the BRZ. I saw it in my head being wide-bodied, making 500 horsepower, the nice wrap, you know, working with Calvin and everybody on making this thing special. What I realized, you know, especially when you're spending this much time working and commuting and whatnot, is that before you dive headfirst into something, you want to make sure you are completely in love with not only the car, but the process that it's going to take to make it match your vision. I love the BRZ for what it is, as a base car, as a lightly modified weekend car, but I couldn't see myself going cross-country in it, you know, going on a nice cruise with it. It was very nimble and agile, but it was lacking some creature comfort, some advanced tech, that kind of thing. I want to build cool cars. I want to design or help design cool wraps. I want to connect with people and build something that has never been done before or hasn't been done in the way that I'm doing it. With the BRZ, just to build a strong foundation, it was going to take too much time and effort. And the BRZ was never a car that, you know, growing up, I was like, wow, when I grow up, I want to have one. And I decided that pivoting to a platform that was one of my childhood dream cars, I think would be more meaningful in my car journey. You know, like the WRX, it was one of my childhood dream cars. I grew to love that car. The BRZ, I never got to connect with it on that level. And I feel like if I started dumping more money and time and effort into it the way I did with Asa the WRX, I would actually end up resenting the BRZ. I would end up resenting the process of building the car. Because of that, I decided to limit how much I drove it, I decided to limit how much I modded it, and then I ended up becoming more stressed about the car, trying to keep it pristine so I can sell it eventually, than I actually was concerned about enjoying the car. You know, I didn't enjoy the car the way I thought I would. I didn't enjoy the car the way it was meant to be enjoyed. And because of that, the potential of the car no longer matched my original vision. I guess to sum it up, the risk to reward of building up this car to what I wanted and what I was hoping for, it was just not in the cards. I wasn't in love with the idea, and I wasn't in love with the process of making this car even more special and making this car really mine, the way I did with the WRX. So yeah, I know this video is a bit long. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, it's Friday night. Tomorrow morning, Saturday, I will be checking out, potentially, if everything goes right, what will be my new car, and it was one of my childhood dream cars. And I really believe that if I see that car and everything works out, that it will kind of reignite my passion and give me a real sense of drive, no pun intended, to make something special like I did with the WRX. Special to me, at least. Special to, you know, the subscribers that I found on here, special to the people that I've met. I feel like this next car is going to give me that opportunity again, and I'll be in a much better place financially, creatively, professionally, knowledgeably. You know, like I know more about the process of making a car special. I know more about what it takes to make something really cool. I wanted to apply that to the BRZ, but I could just never connect with the BRZ the same way I did with the WRX, and the same way I think I'm going to connect with this next car. Thank you for watching. I hope this video was insightful. If you were a fan of the BRZ, I'm sorry. I really, really do love that car. It was a great car. But I think what I have coming up is better, if everything works out. So stay tuned.